All right, hidden gem or trap. This is NC Hammer Crypto. My name's Neil, where we keep technical analysis short and sweet. We had Murph Amin ask about TAI and GME or GameStop. So we're looking at GameStop. Actually, we're also going to talk about a few others like BNT and DNT, as well as Luna. So looking at GameStop, we see it had that major pump around, I think it was around 800% increase back here in June of 2024, and then immediately just killed itself a few months later, about a year later, just kept going down. Did not come up towards this downward trend line when we look at this, but it was a major blip in the trading market because GameStop had a major pump. Then everybody who was buying in got trapped up here around the top while it was selling off into almost nothing, while GameStop was actually almost about to go bankrupt. They started buying some more Bitcoin along the line, and we could see that potentially it could be breaking over this downward trend line. However, this is more the trend line we are looking at. The more important one is this, as it is the support trend line. If it goes below that, that's less than zero, so that's not possible. But looking at this, it could potentially go over the 200 EMA. It may not be the best investment just because it had that one-time 800% pop. You want something that has better chart pattern and consistency. So me personally, I'm not going to be investing in GameStop, even though GameStop is investing in Bitcoin, as there are other companies that are going to be coming out here soon for Grand Theft Auto 6, and they're going to be a better source for integrating cryptocurrencies into video games. I don't believe GameStop is going to be that one. And then TAI, actually, there's been a lot of news on TAI. The volume has picked up exponentially as soon as it hit this low around 2 cents, which when you look back in time, around May of 2024, it was around that price as well. Had that major volume pickup right here in June and July, a major consolidation until November where it had a pump. We could expect something like this to happen where we get a W pattern and then a push up. The 618 would be right around here, around the 0.31 cent mark. However, it is holding a little bit of a higher low when we build this trend line from the base up. If it can hold that support, it's good to see. We may even see something tap a little bit lower. But ultimately, we want to see it push over this 200 EMA around 11 cents before we could start seeing a major push upwards. The all-time high being around 50 cents, and the retracement from there is about 500%. The 618 is around 286%. But keeping both of those in mind, I also want to bring up the fact that Luna, everybody was thinking Luna was going to be something crazy, and this is something that is not normal in any market. We would consider this a rug pull. So Luna was right around the same price before it crossed over that 200 EMA and had a ridiculous pump from around 20 cents all the way up to $120. So if you had 2 dimes, you could be turning that into hundreds of dollars. And that's about a 14,000% increase with an immediate rug pull right around the $80 mark to almost or pretty much nothing. So this is starting to flatline for years. And people would be like, oh, well, look at the 200 EMA. Is it going to be crossing over that? It is getting pushed downwards by that 200 EMA into oblivion, and I don't believe Luna is going to be coming back anytime soon. So with that being said, comparing it to TIA, TIA is looking a little bit better than GameStop, as TIA has more potential for utility in the future. Moving over to BNT, BNT is going, testing this downward trend line as we saw happen in XCN. All it needs to do is close and hold above this area right around the 63 cent mark. Most likely come back down and retouch that as we saw in XCN. Use it as support, hold above the 200 EMA, and I believe if we remove CM Guppy and we put in the RSI, two RSIs, bring back CM Guppy, and the RSI is right around the 50% mark. It is above the yellow line, which means it is going to start being a little bit more bullish and pushing upwards. We could see it get a retracement using Fibonacci from this point. The retracement being right at the 618, around 67 cents, before getting a little consolidation, back test on the support, downward trend line, and then a continuation upward for BNT. It does have a very strong all-time high, just like we were explaining with Luna and GameStop. However, it is around $10 for the all-time high, and it is currently at 63 cents. Just a rough estimate, 63 will go around 61. That's around 1,596% increase, or about 15 times your money, almost 16 times. BNT is looking better and better by the day, so definitely keep that one in mind. Moving over to DNT. DNT is testing this downward trend line, this one right here, and we can see that is slowly creeping over it, as we saw in Tornado Cash. Tornado Cash is doing almost identical things, and it is starting to creep over that downward trend line, testing this top trend line around $11 for the 6th time. A few more touches to the top, if not just one more touch to the top, we're going to start seeing Tornado Cash push upwards, as it does wash Bitcoin. And since Bitcoin is getting very expensive and everybody wants to hide their money, Tornado Cash is a great way to do it. Currently at $9.50, we had an entry around $7.50, and its all-time high over $459. I believe I did compound in the other one, but it is looking better today. It's starting to build some support, as well as the volume is picking up. 2 green bars is very nice to see. We could see a push back up towards this black trend line, and once that breaks, similar with XCN where it pushes up, tests it again as support, and then has a continuation upward. Currently at $41. All-time high around $1,000. A lot of potential gains coming with compound, and it moves very, very fast, as you see back in, January of 2021. It just had a major push up from right around $163 all the way up to $500, with a retracement back to $356, and then an all-time high of $915. The volume is key for this one, and it is also starting to form a W pattern. You can see here's a little bit bigger formation of it, so we may see some consolidation, holding this as a trend line support and pushing upwards, breaking this downward trend line. I believe that's it for this one. Maybe IOTX, and IOTX is also in consolidation, holding support, but we want to see it break over that 200 EMA. So that's it for today. References in the links below. If you're going to trade Tornado Cash, it's on MEXC with the lowest trading fee platform. Grass is doing their airdrop next month. That's just free money. Reference in the link below. Coinbase for airdrop, and Roller Token for passive income. Good luck and have fun with it.